Hello everyone, I am RobtheMod and this is part 3 of Doom 2016 on the PlayStation 4. It is the mission Know Your Enemy. The level is Resource Operations apparently. And yeah. We're going to go in, we're going to shoot some more demons with our shotgun. Now you may see in this episode and in future ones that basically there'll be edits and cuts and stuff like that. I didn't really want to do that. However, obviously, when I die, I think you guys would want to avoid seeing that, unless it's particularly funny, which doesn't always happen. And sometimes in games, I do leave the deaths in. For example, I'm doing Sly Cooper on the PlayStation 3 at the moment, and I've died during that, but I'm leaving it in because it makes sense to do it, just the way the game works. But with Doom like this, it doesn't. Also, there's a bit later on where I had to basically I got confused on where I was supposed to go, and I had to actually look up another walkthrough on YouTube. It really does not tell you where to go. Anyway, we've got some dialogue here.
Online. I believe in honesty, especially now, in what will be your final moments in this world. All the rumors, the human sacrifices, the hell portal, the demons, it's all true. My sisters and brothers, be thankful. You will be the first. You will have a seat alongside them, just as I will, in what will become the new world that they create for us. Starting now.
Yeah, so I got confused on where I was going. So I ended up looking at a walkthrough for the game. A video walkthrough. And I have to give a big thank you to Maker91 Productions. I guess that's how that's pronounced. Maker, I don't know. It's a video from 6 years ago. It's got 322,000 views, so it's not like he really needs me to give him a shout out. But what I will say is I want to thank him out. I want to thank him for that, because basically his walkthrough has like all the secrets and collectibles, and I've been doing that. So in the next part, because I ended up doing it for like, while I had that up, I was like, well, I may as well get all the secrets, get some trophies and stuff while I'm playing this game, instead of going through it again. So yeah, you'll be seeing that in the future. You'll be seeing that in this episode later on, anyway, and also in the next ones and the ones in the future. So yeah, I mean, if you really want to know, I mean, his video is much better explained than me. He's gone through this game. It looks like in the video he said about like 4 or 5 times he's played some of these levels, so he knows where everything is, obviously. But very helpful to someone like me that's first time playing this game. I mean, I have to say these levels are extremely well designed in the fact that like they have lots of hidden secrets and stuff. And obviously that gets you trophies or achievements on the Xbox One version. It would be, obviously. Yeah, I mean, I might end up actually, because I have Game Pass, I might actually end up playing this on Game Pass. I mean, that's unlikely, but it could happen. It won't be a recorded video, obviously, but yeah, that could be something that could happen in the future. As you can see here, I was looking at the map, because this is before I had access to the walkthrough. I'll mention the bit where I ended up looking up the walkthrough, because it was rather stupid where I got to. When I look at it, like in editing, I was like, oh yeah, that's. In fact, even at the time, it's like, oh yeah, that should be obvious where you're going. But at the same time, I mean, when I looked it up, because the first thing I did is I didn't look up like a full walkthrough for the level. I looked up just like that checkpoint bit, like where it wants me to go. And there was a bunch of people saying, yeah, this is really confusing. I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. So, I guess, yeah, it's confused a few people at least. So yeah, I'll point out when we get to that bit where I was a bit confused. Because otherwise, like, this game isn't really that... It's a first-person shooter, you know. The levels are pretty linear, of course. You can backtrack and stuff like that, but still, it's not, you know, as if it's an open world thing. It's not like Halo Infinite, where theoretically you could go across the entire map. I mean, to be honest, even Halo Infinite, you know, the map's not that big. I mean, it's quite big, but you know, like the open world map is quite big, but you know what I mean. Like, it's not open-ended, if you know what I mean. So that was a secret, by the way, that thing. I don't know if I got those in previous missions. I guess I will have to play through the first level again, though, because obviously, and this one, because obviously there's a bunch of secrets at the start here that I didn't go for. But for mission 3 and I suppose onwards, I will be going for getting all the secrets in a level. There's a... Well, this will be more for that for the next one, but there is actually levers you can pull, and they unlock an extra level, like classic Doom levels. I don't know if it's for multiplayer. Like, does this game even have split screen multiplayer? I'll have to look. Let me just get the game here and let me have a look to see if this game actually does have split screen multiplayer. Oh, there we go. It's the first PS4 game on the pile. Here we go. I got the shotgun. I got the chainsaw. Unfortunately, I ended up dying, so you're going to see an edit in a second. Does this game? No, it just says network players. So yeah, it's just a thing. So I guess it's just something you can do. Like it's like an arcade mode, I guess. If you want to play through the original levels from Doom. There we go. That was the edit. I've done this nice little fade transition thing. So, yeah, I mean, I wasn't trying to hide it or anything. It's just, if you ever see that little fade transition thing, it meant I died, or there was a cut where I well, it either means I died or I took a long time actually getting somewhere where I got confused on where exactly I was going. Because, yes, like I said, this level is sort of linear, but there is parts where you will backtrack amongst yourselves, and especially the next level. It's not open-ended, but there is bits where you will backtrack. So yeah, we got to find the yellow access key card, and it's not in this room. I mean, I looked all over. I can tell you, it's definitely not in this room. You have to pick it up. You have to pick up the key cards from people if you didn't know. Deceased people that have been, I guess, killed by the demons. There is actually there's some secrets in this area. And there's secrets all over, but yeah, there's secrets in this area that I'm not going to go for yet. As you can see there, yellow access only, keycard required. Have not got it yet. And then that's a red access. So at first I was like, well, where am I supposed to be going? You can't go through there because that's blocked off as well. And that won't let you go through there either. So I slightly, and then I looked up and I saw that there was things up there, and I was like, well, we must be able to get up there in some capacity. And then I started backtracking, which I don't know why I did that, but I did. So this is where I was getting a little bit confused on where the hell I was supposed to go. I was like, I can't go through there, it won't let me. Even hitting it won't do anything, Rob. So yeah, I was getting a little bit confused here on where I was supposed to be going. And I suppose and then it finally popped up that it would that opened, even though I can't actually get access to that yet. So I was a little bit even more confused. And then I was like, oh yeah, I gotta jump up here, that makes sense. So, yeah, gotta do a little bit of first-person platforming. I'm not always the best person at first-person platforming. In fact, I would not say I'm very good at it at all. But as you can see, go around here, and there's some ammo in here if you need it. You gotta crouch You got to crouch, Rob, you know. Get through there. And then there's a shield through here as well. And then there's an elevator here that I went in. As you can see, as you go here, we're now on the other side of that. So yeah, I was trying to get through there. I was like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. And then I looked, and then I saw that. I was like, oh yeah, okay. So that's where we gotta go. You gotta go through. Well, you don't have to. It just gets you more fuel for your chainsaw, because the chainsaw requires fuel. But I had maximum amount, so I didn't actually need this. But yeah, that's there if you need it. But yeah, we can leave this bit now. Crawl back through that. I guess I have full ammo as well. Now I noticed earlier we earned a weapon upgrade point, and we will be using that. There we go, more demons to shoot. Fortunately, I did not get him, but there we go. I ended up getting him with a glory kill. I do love the glory kills in this game. They're wonderful. I mean, it's weird to be saying that about like clearly like really bloody violent things like that, but yeah, they are quite nice. Okay, here we go. So we've got an enemy here that we just immediately can kill with a glory kill. We've got max health again. There's a load of enemies over here because that's a gore nest. I was about to call it a hive, but I think that's a Halo thing, isn't it? Shooting it did nothing because that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to pull the thing out. They will spawn just continually from that if you don't take it out. So probably a good idea if you do that. Here we go. You just got to get up to it, and I tried shooting it, didn't do anything, of course, because I forgot what you had to do. There you go. You got to pull that out, and then it sort of blows up. Lovely. It does spawn a whole bunch of enemies when you do that, but at least it means there'll be no more enemies that will be spawning from it. So that's like continually spawning from it, if you know what I mean. So there we go. We've done that. That one fired some fire at me. Or fired some fire at me. There we go. If you're wondering how I'm doing the that secondary thing, I believe it's a weapon upgrade I've got in the last episode. What you have to do is you hold the left trigger, and then it's an explosive fire thing for the shotgun. You hold the left trigger and then you fire the right one. So it's like an explosive grenade shot, I guess. I also think it has like unlimited ammo on it via that, but I could be wrong. Now I have the pistol here. Unfortunately, I will end up losing it at some point later in the episode, which is kind of annoying because the pistol, I guess, is the only weapon with infinite ammo. But I ended up getting a different weapon. I suppose you're supposed to lose the pistol, but having infinite ammo is very, very helpful. Because at least you do know you will never run out, so that's good. But it's not the best weapon, if you know what I mean. Like it's not, doesn't always take out the enemies in one hit or two hits like the shotgun. It takes a few shots. Right, so we've got to call this elevator here. We finally took out that gore nest. We called the elevator. I guess we're looking around to see if there's anything there. We go, the elevator's been called. I guess I was just waiting for it to come. And then we go in, we got to activate it. I missed that there somehow. Sorry about that if you can hear an ice cream van in the background. Well, it's an ice cream van. Not like I can go out there and go, turn your chimes off, is it? If you couldn't hear that, that's just me. I'm being serious, there was an ice cream van there. Outside. Kind of annoying. But what are you going to do, you know? Stuff outside, it's nothing you can do about it, really. I mean, I suppose I could record this commentary again, but I'm not going to do that. So that's an upgrade thing that we're not going to deal with. Now I'm going to be a bit stupid here. Once I kill this enemy, this is the guy that I believe has the key card on him. There you go. There's the yellow key card. He will come back to life, I believe. There you go. I don't know how I didn't manage to kill him, but I didn't. So then he was attacking me. And then he disappeared, I guess. Unless he just ran down there. I don't know. Obviously, they all look the same. Eventually, the demons. But there. Went through there, and I went back down the elevator. The way that we came. Now, this is needless backtracking. You don't actually need to be doing this. What you can just do is, well, just go straight forward and it will let you, yeah, I have no idea why I did this. I should have just kept going forward. But I was like, I need to go back to the thing, so I went back. But no, you don't have to. You literally just keep going forward and there's like a hatch. We might see it later in the video. Where it depends if I edited the bit in with the... There we go, we've got to try and get up there, I guess. But actually, no, we've got to go in here, and then this activates the door so we can get back through. So that's nice in the fact that, well, yeah, we can get back through there now without having to climb through the thing. Guess that's ammo that I couldn't pick up. But there you go, that door is now open again. And now we have access to the key card. But like I said, you don't have to go back that long way. I guess you could have activated that anyway. That security system thing before. But I didn't. Anyway, went back, went through here. There's a weapon here. I can tell you, it is a, well, it will tell me when it comes up, won't it? There we go. It's a heavy assault rifle. My understanding is from Maka 91's walkthrough is that there's weapons on this that basically they're just trials, I guess. You support, like, you have more access to them later in the game. It's just like a little test, and that's really annoying because in the next episode I get a rocket launcher and it's just the worst because I get the rocket launcher and then I immediately died. And because of it, I lost the rocket launcher. There we go. That was an edit because I was killed by these guys here. Well, not these guys, but like there's an enemy with like armor that killed me. Now it's quite funny because I basically like one-shot him in. Well, not even. I don't even do that. There's like a power-up round here that I ended up using. I'll show you it in a second. I was actually surprised it was about... I thought it was like an enemy spawning thing for some bizarre reason when I was looking at it. But then I saw it and then I walked into it expecting to die again. But it appeared and then it was like, oh, it's a power up. And then the enemy with the armor attacked me and I just basically killed it. Here it is. Just straight into it, and now it's a first person brawler, I guess. Where is he? I went straight for him. I was like, I don't want you. There we go. Basically one shot at him as we go berserk for 10, 20 seconds or whatever. However long it is. Just ripping the demon heads right open. I'm sure YouTube loves the gore of this game. Honestly, I don't know if I might have to like make this adults only. There's certain things with YouTube that you don't know what they're going to be like. I'll have to see what other people's Doom content is. I doubt I have to make it adults only. I mean, it is a game, you know. But then again, like I say, you have no idea what the hell YouTube's going to do, because what was it? Like story time. If you, I used to have this series on the channel. Well, I had two different series on the channel. I had one called 2-Player, which is where me and Chris, one of us would play a game, and we record the footage, and then we do a commentary over the fact. So one of us had played the game, one of us hadn't, and they give their first impressions basically of that game without playing it. And that was back when the Insane Gamers was actually part of a YouTube network, and they actually suggested the name 2-Player, which is kind of a stupid thing that we accepted that name. But it did allow us to copyright or trademark that name, I should say, which was nice. But it did cause a slight issue in the fact that when it was called 2-Player and we did a game that had 2-player modes, specifically, I know GTA San Andreas was one. The 360 version of San Andreas, Chris had obviously played San Andreas before, but it's the fact that we had San Andreas on 360, and I wanted to show him it, the quote-unquote remaster. The graphics on it, basically, even though it looked pretty much the same. But you had the issue of that being called 2-Player, and people would be like, wait, it's the 360 version, that doesn't have 2-player co-op. It was removed. So people would be commenting the video and they'd be like, oh, your video's clickbait. No, it's the name of the title, it's the title of the series, and the title of the series is blue because it was a YouTube show, and that meant you could actually click on that. Anyway, we're going to get a slight cutscene dialogue thing come up here, but I'll tell you the story of 2-Player and the other thing later, after this.
I'm blocking your access to the facility scanner. Come to the Vega terminal, and I'll give you what you need.
Right, first of all, this is where I got confused on where the hell I was supposed to be going. But secondly, yes, let's go back to that thing about 2-Player. We had 2 games on the channel. We had one that was a 2-Player and one that was a Rob vs. the PS2, which was where I was going to originally play every single PS2 game. That was a bit of an insane thing to try and attempt, but maybe that will come back at some point in the future, like now that I have my PS2 that's been modded, so I can technically, because originally I was going to do it like by buying games, and it's just like, whoa, that's absolutely insane. Why would I attempt to do that in that I mean, I know PS2 games cheap, but there is some expensive ones, especially in PAL territory. I mean, bloody hell, was it Rule of Rose? 600 quid for that, because it was an Atlas game. It was going to come out in the UK, and then it got. By the way, that was an edit. Well, that was plainly an edit. But what happened there is, where you actually supposed to go? You're actually supposed to go up this thing, by the way. But yeah, anyway, we had 2-Player. We had a game, an Xbox Live indie game that was called. What was it called? It was called Uncraft Them All. It was like a Minecraft clone, but it had quote unquote sexy content on it. Imagine the sexy content is basically like Galgun on this channel right now. It's nothing too crazy. Like, all the girls were clothed and everything, right? Yeah, all the girls were clothed. But hang on. Yeah, what you have to do, by the way, if you're continuing on here, you've got to jump down into this thing here. I don't know how I missed it the first time when I went around. I went over that, and then I was like, wait, what? Like, where am I supposed to go? And I went back in the building. But anyway, yeah, so I had Uncraft Them All. That was a thing on the channel. The girls were clothed and everything. It was just some weird, stupid Minecraft clone that had sexy girls in it, and that's why we did it for the channel, just for the lols, I guess. But YouTube put that as like adults only, and yet they haven't done anything at the moment with Galgun. And the other thing that they put adults only, I'll tell you what, this was the most bizarre one of all. So I don't know if you've ever played 13 on the PS2, because this was Rob vs. the PS2. I think it's got a remaster now. Yeah, they remade it in it got remade in 2020. So I don't know if it'll be any. Okay, yeah, okay. I don't know if it's exactly the same game. This is the first time I've really heard about it. So they did 13. Came out in 2003 on PS2 and Xbox and GameCube. Right? So it's nothing like, it's a game published by Ubisoft. It's nothing bad at all, right? And the thing is, at the start, you get picked up by a girl that's wearing a bikini. And it's not even like a bikini. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a proper, like, it's a full-on bathing suit, pretty much, right? Okay, so that was the thumbnail to the video. It had the name of the game in the thumbnail and everything. It was basically, it was a press photo from the game, right? That's what the thumbnails for these videos are. I type in, like, name of game press photo, right? Did that, put the Insane Gamers logo on it, as it was at the time, not the RobtheMod one. Did that, and expecting nothing of it. About 2 years later, I get a message from YouTube saying that they've removed the thumbnail because it contains sexual content, and the video is now set to adults only. It's like, what are you on about? It's a bloody press photo from a game that Ubisoft made in 2003. There's nothing sexual about it. In fact, I might even put, like, the image at the end of this, right? Like, what she looks like. It's just... I won't, but, like, seriously, it's... Look up 13 Bikini Woman, I guess. It's 13 is... in fact, I'm going to do that now, right? Right? Okay, don't look up 13 Bikini Woman, because that's, like, actually comes up with women in bikinis. If I type 13 PS2 in, does it show a thing of her? Lifeguard. She was a lifeguard, so if I type that in, does it come up? There's an image, right? Okay. There's an image. It's from a YouTube video, and it basically shows her. Anyway, we got a cutscene bit coming up here, so enjoy that.
It's a gift. Take it. It will give you strength, help you on your journey, if you can withstand the power surge. That is pure Argent energy you've just taken into your system. It seems to agree with you. I will unlock the remaining Argent cells within the facility for you. Vega, give him what he wants.
61,337 UAC members deceased. 81% of the facility is on lockdown. Demonic presence through the Mars installation is critical. According to the records, Dr. Hayden, the invasion originated in the Lazarus facility. It seems that a hell wave was activated, transforming 64% of all UAC employees into the creatures you see roaming throughout the facility. The rest were killed by the demons released from their holding cells by Olivia Pierce.
I feel I should apologize for what's happened here. Some of my employees took things too far. Olivia was the cause of all this, and I believe you will have to deal with her in time. You may not agree with our research, but know this. We exploited hell and its resources because it was in mankind's best interest to do so. What you now see in this facility is the cost of progress. But none of that matters now.
There is an emergency in the foundry. The regulators have been destroyed and the core temperatures are now destabilizing.
They've overrun the adjacent facility. If the venting turbines aren't re-engaged, neither of us will survive the meltdown.
Anyway, we've done that. We're gonna get, I think, no, we're not. I was gonna say we're gonna get a few enemies for here, but no, we don't. So yeah, I have been RobtheMod. Thank you very much for watching part 3 of Doom 2016 on the PS4, and ta-ra.